Alright guys, let's go get this party started. Welcome to CAD Model of the Day, number, what day is it? 562, right, that. What's going on? I think we're going to do a mechanism today, and I forget who mentioned it last stream, but someone wanted a pick and place mechanism, so I think we're going to do that. And Yaya just showed up, of course, very good. How are you, my dude? Let's get this changed up. Yeah, and the very same, Yaya says, memes are rocking. We will check that out in just a moment here. But first I'll look at share your work. Matrix saying, I tried looking at compliant mechanism in the past, but my head hurt. I'll give it a go again. Yeah, it's I think it's pretty good. I have a couple of resources for that too. I bought a textbook, but you know that one's kind of expensive, but just takes a little bit of practice, just like anything. Hey, Bam just made it in. How's it going? Glad to have you here. Alright, let's go check out those memes. Me crying after leaving Sony Ericsson. I don't have a Facebook account, but let's see. Oop, not now. Not now, yeah. I'm starting from today. I'm officially to a so-called smartphone, leaving my beloved Sony Ericsson. You remind me of one of my other good friends who, ran a very basic phone. Might have been the Sony Ericsson. I have to ask. But one of my friends, upgraded to a smartphone after a long time, so survived a lot and lived to tell the tale. Yeah, honestly, there's something about the older phones that is just super charming to use, and it's just a lot of it is better. I like using a lot of the older phones a lot better. Like a lot of the phones with like the very thin edges with no bezel on it. Like I find that I inadvertently hit things because there's like no really good way to hold it. But when I was in high school, I had a BlackBerry Bold, and before that, I had another BlackBerry. And before that, I had a Samsung flip phone, and before that, I had a candy bar cell phone, and I literally can't remember what that came from. What make is that from? I love it though. Durability, that's what they stand for. Yeah, today's smartphones are anything but durable. You really gotta treat them like they're babies. Like you gotta really take care of it. But yeah, it was it's a big jump, dude. Random video. This video sponsor is blah blah blah. More on that later. Me, smack that like button. I love it. I'm not sponsored by anything yet, but maybe I will in very soon. When you're checking your code with an online compiler, wrong answer. Second lines differ. Expected, yes. Found, yes. Oh man. Me posted a random Mickey Mouse video. Ooh, very, very dangerous. Disney Inc. has blocked your video in 45 countries. I think that's probably the kindest thing they could have done to you. Like Disney is just one of those properties that are very, very adamant about trying to protect their content, even though fair use exists and stuff like that. Also, Nintendo. Nintendo's very like that as well. One smartphone user see a PC. Yeah, just poke the mouse. Like, just tap the mouse. Back in '09. When you're starting out, I suggest you get an 80 gig hard drive. It should last you many years. Bro, what a meme. Oh, what a meme. Me watching at 144. What videos are coming out that are, what is that, 4320p? I actually don't mind 480p a lot. Yeah, sometimes it just loads faster. Depends on your internet. Ha, nice. Oh god, that is a wall of text. Alright, we'll see this one. But complimenting me while getting my name totally wrong is not something I see every day. That happens to me too, man. He called you Ahmed. I'm sure there are many gentlemen that have that name, but not you. But it happens to me too. Like I get called, Bob, Bobby, every form of like Robert. I prefer to go by Rob. But yeah, very good. I enjoyed that. All right, so I think that's all in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord already, this is me personally inviting you to join. As soon as I can copy that link, there it is. All you need is a free Discord account. And if this is your first time watching, you're not subscribed yet, hit subscribe. It would help me a lot. We'll grow the community, and yeah, you'll get to be the first to know when I go live and stuff like that, so we can see Yaya's memes, and everyone wants to see that. That is the this is the top. But as far as the model for today, I think we're gonna do a classic here. So if you haven't seen Thang, 010146's channel, he has hundreds of videos of various mechanisms. And all of them are the same, just no music, no nothing. Just, his mechanisms running a couple of times and the video just ends. I think it's very good. Something to note, he does give the step files. But I'm gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna try my best to use my perception skills to just kind of look at this video and then make the mechanism from that. If I have trouble, I might come back and see what lengths he used for things. But yeah, other than that, let's get started. So let's see. I want to take a screenshot of this. Maybe I'll do it just like this. And I can just do my Control Shift or Windows Shift S shortcut to just grab that. I'm going to start with that base there. Let's go into Solidworks. New part. So we can get a rectangle. Maybe I'll say it's 36 by 12. And there's nothing too critical about the dimensions here. Going the other way. And let's do rotate about seam floor. Let's paste my little screenshot. So I see that there is this kind of T shape that I guess holds. It's actually the fourth bar. So there's a 4-bar mechanism here. If you haven't noticed, if I go markup, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-bar mechanism, and this T is the ground link. So that's important to note. The color coding is very helpful. So that I can assume is keyed to this. And it certainly does seem that way in the video. This pink member here, this pink eccentric, not connected to the yellow, which is why I suspect it gets two different colors. So really, it's this pink one that rotates, which moves this con rod, this connecting rod. You can call it a con rod, which then drives the blue member. The blue member then, by virtue of being connected in a series of this 4-bar mechanism, will oscillate back and forth, and then this thing out here is just basically a detail. You could put like a robot gripper there. I might do something similar to what he has on there, where it's just, I guess that's like a suction cup or something, or just, really general. Alright, so let's grab maybe, what do I want to grab? Let me get out of markup. That'll do it. Front plane. There we go. Melatrika just showed up. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday indeed. It's the weekend, guys. Anyone doing anything special this weekend? I don't know about you guys, but where I live in the United States, things seem to be getting back to normal. Knock on wood. This thing's made of wood. All right, I'm knocking on it. Knock on wood. But yeah, I see people going out a little bit more, and we're just having a lot less cases. I think might be turning a corner. Who knows? It's very exciting. Hey Rhinus, what's going on? Glad to have you here. Make yourself at home while I figure out. We're doing a pick and place mechanism for today. This thing. This is from the Thang010146 YouTube channel. And the dimensions aren't critical here. Although it might be helpful for me to maybe grab a couple global variables or something like that. I think that'd be helpful. Let's do that. Just getting some center lines. Say that those are equal. Maybe it'll say select midpoint. At the midpoint of that, vertical. And then I can set this. Oh, interesting. Alright, looks like that got derived by virtue of this, which is totally okay. Ryan is saying, I'm just struggling making my course homework robotic arm with motion analyses, where it places an object from one platform to another, and after that need to calculate torque or motors. How are you? Oh, so it was you who was talking about the pick and place. Yeah, it's because of you that I'm doing this, which I think is pretty fun. I'm doing pretty well, Rhinus. Thanks for asking. Yeah, just, doing the model of the day. And, yeah, I think things will be pretty good here. So I think I want to define it by the overall throw. So what else? So I guess this just has to be tall enough. Oh, I might have to adjust this because based on the throw of this parallelogram sort of mechanism, yeah, you don't want this to like dip into the floor. But we have Solidworks, so we can find out. Yeah, we can easily find out if it's doing something we don't like, and we just adjust. It's a nice thing about being an engineer of the 21st century. It's like all of these, it's easily derived. So we can do something like that. We'll merge. Additionally, so it looks like there's a space for this to oscillate, and then there is yet another member. So what I might do is just kind of sketch on there, grab a corner, and say that those are equal. Do that, say that these are collinear and equal. And then if I just say that this is 2, that should fully define it. There we go. Boss extrude up to surface. Looks like that fits perfectly there. That's awesome. Honestly, that's coincidence. I just kind of guessed to put it there. Honestly, yeah, and here it has a little bit of extra space, so we could even a couple things we can do. So actually, a smart thing to do is say that instead of this is just being 2, I could say that this equals the 2 from down here, because I do want them to be equal. And instead I can say that this is 1.5, and if I hit rebuild, everything should update, except I missed one. The thickness of this, I could say that this equals the 1.5 from down here. Hit OK, rebuild, and yeah, and now everything's pretty functional. Awesome sauce. Let's put it in here. This is the base. I will call it. Let's see. Let's show the sketch from right here. I'll get a hole wizard. I want a regular hole. I'll drill sizes and maybe a 1/2 inch hole. 0.5. There we go. We want up to next positions. This face, please. You can put 2. Control 8 to bring our focus. Oh, I kind of goofed up, didn't I? I'd like the hole to be over here too. Darn. Alright, so let me just hit OK on that, and I wonder if I can just grab the point sketch, edit sketch plane, and say it's for this one. Okay, so that did work. So instead of up to next, I should say just through all. And that should get both sides of the body. So it'll look something like that. Yeah, furthermore, I could even put some fillets. You know, make some distinguishing features, why not? So we could say that this equals, no. You know, I might just give this a random value and just do it from Instant 3D. So fillet, I double click on that. Now I could say that this equals, click on that, the 1.5, but that's a diameter, so we have to say over 2 and rebuild. Oh joy, looks like we're doing pretty well with that one. All right, so I think next step, we got to get this into an assembly, and then we can continue working. So base, hit the green check. Green check means that places the part of the origin of the part with the origin of the assembly. Typically best practice, so that you don't have your origin in a weird place when you start your assembly. We can dismiss the sketch by hiding it, and that looks pretty good. Let me see if I can paste the same picture. This, there it is. Yay. So what can be next? Can be any sort of things. This has a pretty interesting design. I'm not sure if this circle in here is just a weight saving feature or maybe a balancing thing. It's probably what it is. So this shaft isn't so lopsided. Very interesting. And I assume this is the continuation of this shaft over here. So I think next thing I'll go for is the it's this crankshaft over here with a lobe on it, the Eccentric. So new part. Yeah, let's not overthink it, Let's get a circle off center. Give it a relation, set its eccentricity, maybe 1.5. And do I want from here to here? Let's just set an overall diameter. 4. I can extrude this. Yeah, let's just leave it blind. 375, maybe going the other way. We should have a good bit of space to work with, so I'm not too worried. Additionally, let's get a smaller circle to represent the shaft. I think I put 1/2 inch holes. 0.5 sounds a good deal. And I'm not going to go for mid-plane. I'm going to go blind in one direction and give it some length, and then 2, give it some length that is longer. Maybe longer still. Something like that. And then I can apply, the weight saving feature. Yeah, you know what I'm very interested in seeing? Here, I'll show you in a sec once I figure out where I want to put this. So maybe something like this, kind of a center finding. Oops, I fixed them. That was a doofus move of mine. Right, let's just put that right there. Yeah, that should really be... Sir, can you come out? Come out. There we go. Okay, so I could say that this and this should be coincident. There we go. Get something like that. 275. Excuse me. Alright, so what I'm very interested in seeing, so I'm going to call this the Eccentric. So what's pretty cool is reference geometry, we can say center of mass. And let's have the center of mass always showing. So remember, the torque is about this shaft here, and the center of mass is over here, so it has to work to bring this about the center, but with the balancing feature, it brings it a little bit closer. I wonder if I can make that even better still. Like ideally, if you can bring that center of mass like directly in the center, that would mean that it's completely balanced and you wouldn't have any vibration issues or anything like that. Hey Deval, what's going on? Good to see you here, man. Hope everything's going well for you. And then I can make the... do that. That's a bit extreme. Oh my gosh, that is so skinny. Let's make this 3. Yeah, it's a cool feature to mess around with, but I'll leave it like that. And let's get it into our assembly, which is not saved for some reason. So we'll call this pick and place 1 ASM. I'm gonna insert the eccentric like there. So we can just put that with that, concentric. And to get this, you know, directly in the center, you can use your advanced mate, the width. If you pick the 4 faces just like that, the width mate will come up. And you'll be able to just pick it like that. And now we should have an eccentric that we can, eventually we'll be driving this at the very end. But yeah, I think this looks pretty swell. Next is this con rod. So I think what's going to be important here is the length. So I'll make sure when I model that, that I'll include a parameter for the overall length of it. But I think this is going well so far. Don't want to jinx myself, but so this 4 represents the eccentric that will go in there. I'll get a center line. This is going to be the effective length of the connecting rod, like that, and I'll just put 8. I may or may not have to adjust it. We'll see. Yeah, but this needs some thickness, so put that just like that. Let's say that this is 0.5, and maybe this is 1. So it looks like we're tending towards a multi-contour sketch, it would seem. You know, which is totally cool. Stop it with the tangent. Snaps. Quick snaps. We do not... Hello? Oh, where'd it go? Why is it here? Oh no. Wow, that was the longest snap I think I've ever done. We don't want quadrant snap. Or what I might just do. Yeah, sometimes that quadrant snap can be a little bit annoying, but I'll hold down control, which just disables all the snaps. And that way I can just place them on my own. So that's a nice tip. Holding down control, and that's a temporary disable. So as soon as you let go, it wants to snap again. And then we can do something like this. Maybe less than that. I hear something's chirping outside my door. Hopefully it stops, or outside somewhere. Hey Alessio, what's going on? Good to hear from you. So we can extrude, we can bring this. It's not going to like it unless we just kind of select that. Turn off thin feature. Don't like how that turned on. I'll make that a certain thickness, which is okay. Then I'll run the command again, pick the same sketch, selected contours. Let's get these internal regions here. And 375, which I believe is the same thickness as our eccentric. Conrod. Yeah, his looks better. I might make mine a little bit closer to what he has. But, you know, it works. If it works, it works. I wonder if I can put a hinge. So let's use what we learned from last time. So advanced mates, no, mechanical, hinge. So the concentric selections are this. Whoops. I gotta be careful. And this. Coincident are this and this. Oh, that is so cool. And then I don't need any angle limits, so I can just leave it like that. Wow, that is very cool. I'm going to be using that more often from now on. Whee! Because before I would just do edge to edge, and you know, mating edges is typically not recommended because it can be easily destroyed by fillets or chamfers or whatever stuff you want to apply to your part file. Here, let me make this look less like garbage. Like Garbo. I might just turn these construction. Get a tangent like that. You can see this and this tangent. Maybe specify that as 2, and that's enough for it to fully define, and then I can mirror. It's probably going to throw an error, and it actually didn't. Alright, so that's good news. But if it did throw an error, it means that the feature got confused of the contours. What I would do if it threw an error, go into here and make sure that the regions are selected are the ones you want. But that's looking pretty good. Alright, so I think the next one we should definitely work on. So what's going to be very important here, this blue one. And then we could even test the mechanism to see if it has the character of like the motion that we want. And if not, we'll work on it, and you know, we'll change it until it is, you know. So what I think is important here, so it's almost, there's like a small link right here and then this longer link. Maybe I'll make this longer link 12 or 16 inches and this small one maybe 2. Not really sure yet, but you know, we'll get started. So what I will do is grab the front plane, and this is going to be that shaft that goes through. So that's going to be 0.5. We're going to extrude that mid plane 1.5. So that's the thickness of the basically that T shape that we made. And from here we can sketch on the faces that it makes to make the actual rods here. So this will be the short one here. So I'll say that this is 2. And again, these might have to be adjusted. Who knows? We'll go with the flow. Yaya saying, I remember once modeling a cone, inserting it twice in assembly, mating the 2 vertices together, and then adding 3 limit angle mates between the 3 main plates, and trying to animate it like a Beyblade. That's actually very cool. That's very clever. I feel like it's something I would have tried. Oh man, Beyblades, that brings me back. Let them rip. But very clever. I like that. Maybe we can do that as a future model of the day. So this shape will extrude. It's going to get confused with the contours, but that's okay. Maybe we don't want it that thick, so 0.25. Let's try that. Looks pretty good. Driving member. And even though this is not finished, I'm going to still insert this into my assembly to see if we have, you know, the kind of character that we need from this. So driving member, let's put it here and see how to connect this to this. I think again I'm going to use a hinge. So mechanical mates, hinge. So the concentrics are this and that. The coincident are this and this face, which I know will for a fact exist. Yeah, I don't want to select this one because I'm going to attach something to it. Alright, very good. So now this needs to connect here somehow. And I think I could just do that with like a thing sticking out. A boss to just retain that. Hey bro, you want to go like down here? There we go. Bro. Easy, easy. Alright, anyway, if I grab that and find out the distance, 0.6875, I can copy that, bring this, go back into here, like that, 0.5. Yeah, but the Beyblade idea is very, very cool. Do you know if you're going to go attempt it again? Because I think people would really love to see that. And then this just simply needs a coincidence. So let's see if I can... Oh, so that is the... Yeah, that's exactly what we need. We need this to be swinging back and forth. It's not swinging as much as in Thang's video. And actually, if I... Yeah, so it does seem to be swinging symmetrically. I might just have to make the connecting rod longer. And let me look at the video again. Oh, this was from last time. Bruh. So yeah, it almost goes to the change point. So the connecting rod needs to be longer. So let's go here. Instead of 8, let's say like 9. Okay. And 9 is too long, it would appear. And actually, it's like changing where the center is. It could be that I need to make the eccentric smaller. I'd rather not. I might change the size of the T. So instead of being 8, change that to 9. And it's basically looks the same again. So it looks like the character is tied between the ratio of this versus the connecting rod length. Oh, that seems to be it, I think. All right, I think this is looking so far so good. So I can actually continue with this. Sketch on the other face here. We can convert the entity and just bring that to close. And bring this like way up like that. And I'm going to say that that is co-radial. There we go. And this is another important dimension here. This is the overall length of the, the overall length of the driving member. Equals selected contours. Yeah, let's just pick everything, and let me select this. There we go. 0.25. That's how it looks. Pretty cool, I think. So we're gonna need another one of these with the same length, but I think maybe the easiest way to do it is just derive it from this. Lonely link. Lone link. And the easiest way of doing that, I mean, it'll give me a goofy origin location, but that's okay. It's not going to matter too much here. Let me get my surfaces. Can I cut with a face? That'd be kind of dope. No, let me go to split, grab this face, cut part, specify that for consume. Like that, so we should have the default and then the lonely link, which is guaranteed to be the same length because it comes from the same body. Kind of cool. Also, don't have to save another part file out, so I can just copy that. So let's just say that this is the lonely link configuration, and that's the story. Again, gonna use my new favorite toy now that Yaya has pointed this out to me. There we go, and then this with that. Oh man, it just sticks right there. Good stuff. Good stuff. So the last thing we need to do is the pick itself. Yeah, I'm like looking at this. His linkages look a lot thicker than what mine are, but I guess that's an artistic decision, I will say. AKA, I'm just too lazy to change it. Let me get a new file for this one, I think. I'm gonna sketch like a dog bone like I did the other time. So with that, I think that's 0.5. This needs to be the same as the length of the T, basically. So 8.5, I believe it was. See that those are equal. 1. So let's give this a mid-plane. Like that. 0.5. We're going to make this kind of thick. And we're making this kind of thick, so I'll call this the pick. So with that, I can actually make the little plunger pick thing that he shows there. Can do that fairly easily like this, I would think. 1.5. And an overall length. Well, I'll do it from the origin if I can grab it. There it is. So that length, let's just put 10. So that's going to be a radius because I'm going to revolve this. 0.5. And there we go. revolve that around there. We can merge. I feel like that is too big. That's better. All right. I get myself adjusted. Insert. Yeah, that pick does not look nearly long enough. Probably gonna have to play around with that. Honestly, this stream should just be called Rob is obsessed with the hinge mate for an hour. And then this just needs to be a regular, like concentric, because anything more would be kind of redundant. Man, that is so cool. So I think I can make the motion study, but I think I'll tune it up a little bit. You know that, oop, I'm still in the mate tool. Yeah, so I don't really need all of this. Yeah, I can trim this, why not? I really should have just, I was kind of like almost doing my best to just make it, you know, just like his, but you know, I got my own thing. That's okay, and because it's fixed. The assembly, if you ever want to restore it, it's also an option. So we have this midpoint, this 14. Extrude through all both, flip side to cut. So we have like a more compact version of it. Can get rid of that. Let's bring that into a motion study. Oh, and I actually should have its initial position, you know, around its inflection point. Yeah, there's a couple of intersections that I'd like to fix actually. Hello? Why is it making noise? Oh, it was just playing mechanisms. Wow, it just went through all the pick and place ones. Man, that startled me. It's like, what is that? That really got me off guard. I don't know about you guys. So what I'm noticing here, and I'm sure you guys notice it too, is that it really sinks a lot deeper to pick up rather than to place, which could be helpful for something like, you know, you want to pick something up here and place it on a conveyor belt that's higher. Let's watch some shady vids in the background. Yikes! Yeah, like, if you know, I think if I left it long enough, we would have gone to the Finger Family videos. I don't know if you know about those, but that is a very suspect part of YouTube. I'm gonna see if I can even this out, and I have a hunch that it's just because it's not actuating this evenly. So if we think about it, you know, at its peak right there, it is the eccentricity, which I already forget. The eccentricity of this member here, which is 1.5, right, plus the length of the connecting rod. Yeah, let me gonna write some notes down to graph the picker. Oh yeah, we could add a trace path. So the eccentricity is 1.5. And the overall con rod is 9. Yeah, which means at its maximum stroke, it would be 10.5. And at its minima, it would be 7.5. I think what that implies is that this should just be the average of that. But of that, of course, it's 9, I believe. Yes, update. That's much better. So I like this view. So let's do a couple of things. Let's save this view first. Save 1, okay. We're gonna change this view into something like that. Oh yeah, because now the I changed the length of the T but not the top, so that's why it is that's why it's tilted like that. Now what was it gonna do? I'm just gonna replace this. Add-ins. Why don't you use cameras? Because I don't want to. You can. Similar amount of work, I would think. For someone who has, I mean, I've used them before, and the thing is, like, yeah, it's just the same amount of setup. Like, setting up a camera is like saying, oh, it looks like this, and then prescribing a perspective view and stuff like that. I just want to be able to switch to them, which, you know, I can, just like that. Something like that. That is very cool. So what I think I should do now, let's open this, get a point right at the bottom there, save, motion analysis. This should still be the same thing. Yep. Yeah, don't. Alright, good to know. Hinges work in motion analysis. I would expect them to, but there are a couple mates that it doesn't work with. But we can do this. Displacement, trace path. And we want the pick. Cameras are really helpful if the animation changes its views. I think I agree with that. You know, if you know you're looking at it in the front view and in your animation, you like swoop the camera somewhere else. You know, definitely you want to have a camera for that. Yeah, but but basically I already picked what the one view I want is. That's just going to be constant. I'm just looking at like this to just test it. Yeah, it's very, very helpful. I mean, that's how I did the skateboarding one. Trace path. I need to pick 0.1. It's a little bit eccentric. You see that? And I know why that is. It's because the center of rotation of the eccentric is a little bit above where the center of rotation of this point is. That is pretty cool though. Sorry, I was just staring at it. I want to make this longer. Whoa, maybe not that long. Very cool. I've even defined cameras using 3D sketches attached to my model, where the change in view is done by updating the 3D sketch as the model changes. Very cool. I don't think I've tried anything like that. You know, I've of course used like splines and stuff like that. Like kind of, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me this one, 295. Whoops, I did a no, but here, let me replay. So that's a camera just moving along the spline, basically. And it's also changing the zoom level. Yeah, so that's that goofy little thing. I think they can be circles. I think that's how I've done some turntable. I mean, yeah, it's kind of goofy to set up. I do agree, because you do have to set it like 0%, 25, 50, 75, 100 if you want it to make a loop. Let's put the music back on. But yeah, cameras are cool. But you know, if the work I require is pretty simple, I usually don't even bother with the cameras. What is very helpful if you do want to put perspective view in your animations, having a single camera that locks it is very helpful, because if you turn on perspective view from here, you'll see that if your object changes its bounding box, the perspective changes too, which is very annoying because it tries to fit it to the screen. So if you have perspective with your single view, definitely set up a camera, is my recommendation. But other than that, just do whatever makes you feel comfortable, is what I would say. Yeah, but what I think I could do to make this a little bit more even, if I wanted to, is I could say move face, the camera giggle, and that was cool. The little jiggle did when the spring you know, extends. That I thought that was very cool, very clever, in my opinion. Let's bring this down like an inch. Yeah, we gotta update some positions. So yeah, now that is more in line with that. I would expect this curve to be more even. And it is. That's very cool. We got this thing pretty tuned up, I would say. Now let's do something. If I right click your assembly, you can check interference. Hello? I didn't see a window come up, so I'm a little scared. Check interference. Is it behind this? Hello? Oh, it's way over here. Come on. There we go. Don't be shy. Select parts to test. Can I just like select all of them? Yeah, so it looks like this is intersecting the linkages. So I'm gonna use a down arrow. Then it's the little suction cup thing with the base. So I think I just need to make this a bit thicker is what I'm getting from this. And then the similar interference over here. You can see that red area. And that would appear to be it. So let's go here. And boss extrude. Let's just bump this up to like 1. Make it extra thick. And go get something like that. Yeah, we gotta change the position. Okay, still functions similarly. Let's check interference. Why is it appearing way over here? Come on. Don't be shy. Oh my god, now it's long. Why are you long? And why not? Just do all of them. Oh. It doesn't like selecting all of them. That's interesting. New search. This, and that. That's what I had before. 0 out of 0 interferences. So that's really good. So it looks like we have resolved all of our interferences. This thing is looking pretty good. And then now I can just go here and just pick one, replace. Yeah, now I got a question. And this may not have an answer. This is not like one of those, oh, I have a question and you, the student, should answer it. Is there any way to change the color of the trace path? I've only ever gotten it to be black. Change the initial position. To be right at the end. Ah, sweet. I don't feel like making another part though. And it'd be kind of a cheese, sweet, because then I would have to draw that arc, which is not a problem for me. Yeah. But you did that by actually drawing an actual ellipse, a partial ellipse that you rigged that to a top-down assembly like relation, right? Versus I might just leave it out, honestly. Sorry, I'm just like staring at this thing. This thing is very cool. What I'm thinking of doing though, rotated the handle by 90-degree increments, added points, and then drew a partial ellipse between them. Yeah, that's cool. I think I'll opt out of that though. Just gonna thicken these up, so I'm gonna take out this. Take that. It is very clever, but I was more looking for a solution that could just be generalized to anything. Like if you think what I did for Pi Day, like the spirograph, like you wouldn't be able to use that technique between that, and even if you could, that would be very like a lot of work. Hey Tassine, what's going on? Good to see you. I'm getting pretty close to the end here, but you're here for like the finale. Oh, that's much better. I like that. Yeah, we're making a pick and place mechanism. What I might even do is actually show it from the other side. Let me thicken this up too. Can you select the path? Not without exporting it to a curve. There, now that's looking like something. So what I think I want to do, maybe we get it from this angle actually. I think that would look cool. We're going to replace the key, the base we'll make transparent. Still looks kind of garbage. Shaded? No, I can't see it. Appearance. Advanced illumination. Whoops, I goofed up. Yeah, that one view really is like the best one, I would say. Maybe you can just do multiple. Let's see. Definitely the color coding helps too. Yeah, let's get some color coding. I might do the same color scheme that he had. Clipboard doesn't contain an image. Yep, that's because it doesn't. Red, blue, yellow, let's do that, and I'll change that to purple. Maybe a little bit from here. I like that actually. And then I can even say, ooh, I glitched it out. Show motion symbols. There you go. So you can actually see where the motor is, and even better, so the red corresponds with the red. I just need to zoom out just a tad. And that's pretty good. Just a slight adjustment. Move that like this. That's awesome. So what I think I'm gonna do, let me export this, and that'll be model of the day. And I want to keep playing around with this, because I have a couple more ideas that I want to do. Oops, I don't want a new motor. I want to save this at dog. Pick and place. Ding means it's done. Let's just check that out. I really like the colors. All right, fam. I think that looks pretty good. So we'll put that in our back pockets. But something I think would be pretty interesting. So what happens if I take this and I make this pretty short? What would happen? So if I make it like that. Yes. Ooh. Might be a little too short. Since I love loops, I'd be willing to see a small box being picked up, transported, then being released at the end. Then a new box rises. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so it looks like that's a little too short. And I do have a box that we can use. Just exploring a little bit of my curiosity here. Oh. It reached a bad angle. So it can't be that eccentric, I don't think. Control and bot. I mean, I literally have goof that I could bring. Yeah, I literally have goof. Yeah, I'm proud of my box template. Hey. So it looks like if you do make it slightly shorter, you can actually get it to grab at like a different angle. Sorry, I was thinking of what Yaya was considering about, picking up a box loop. So what I want to know is what is the approximate distance of this and that. This looks like a 5-inch, well actually 4 5/8 inch box. There we go, open. This is the crate that I showed how to do in my Solidworks World presentation. Where's my... Saved it rolled back for some reason. And what I will do to it I'll set this to be suppressed. And come on, my right clicks aren't working very well. Just set that to be 24, so take out the squish capabilities of it like that. And if I'm gonna do that, I can actually just combine all the bodies together, or at least most of them. I might just leave the yellow arrows separate so that they keep their color a little bit easier. this and that. Wait, are there 4 of them? There are. I think I got all 4 of them. And I can say indent that, cut with this. There you go. And now I can get hard lines. And I think what I'll just do, keep it simple, we'll scale this and that about the origin, uniform scaling 4.625 divided by 24. Oh no, where did this box come from? I mean, yeah, fair. Nice. Adjust this combine if it can combine that. Is that just a boss extrude? Indent fails. I'm glad that literally did not change anything. Intersect. That is super weird. Well, whatever. We'll just delete that body. Get it out of here. It looks like I did combine the arrows, but that's okay. So now we have a box. Oh, let me go back to... Yeah, I'm trying to think how I can receive a box, carry it. I don't really want to mess with mates all that much. And there's your box. Make it a little smaller. Ah, it's intersecting too. Gross. Honestly, I might just do this at a different time. I have a couple things I need to do tonight in my hometown anyway. Yeah, that's the thing. When you have a daily project, you can't let it take up that much of your life. It's gotta stop somewhere. So I think I'm gonna call it as is. I think it's a good idea. Definitely doable. Oh yeah. Been streaming for an hour and a half, so it's perfect timing, I think. Yep, so I think I'll just leave it like that. You know, maybe I'll do my box template some other time, but yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, you know, please consider subscribing, and if you want to help me out with at no cost to you, just hit like. You know, that helps me a lot. But with that, we'll call it right there, and you know, I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.